Hey guys, what's up? This is Pantheon, aka Luigi Dragon, and today we'll be going over the patch 4.9 notes. And I guess a lot of people have been asking of what do I think of some of the changes to certain champion. And I think one of the biggest questions was the experience nerf from the neutral monsters. So let's go ahead and let's get started. Alright, so Braum. So let's see, Braum no longer stuns, that's just a bug fix. I guess that's probably needed. His base attack damage did get nerfed, and his base damage of the Q did get nerfed, and it's actually still 45 damage per level, but it's just level 1. That's a bit worse. W did get nerfed, 15 armor, 25 MR, from 20 to 30. Honestly, to me, this really means nothing to me. I always looked at W as a utility skill, so I don't really care about that. And then of course his E got a little bug fix. To be honest, I still think he's like one of the best supports in the game. He's still OP, and this means really nothing to him except just like little slight nerfs to him. Alright, so we do have Kassadin. It looks like he got a nerf as his movement speed did get reduced by 10 units, and his W did get nerfed by, instead of 35 damage per level, he does now 25 damage per level when you put a point into it, and of course the AP ratio went down by 0.1. And all honesty, I think he's still viable. Instead of maxing W, you're going to max out E now. That's how I feel. Just because the E is AoE and gives you a bit more wave clear, of course, and that's what I think. No more maxing out W as some other players did, and back to maxing out E. Alright, so next up we do have Kha'Zix, and I did read these changes earlier, and my theory is, well, they basically took a dump on him, but let's see where this goes when he jungles or something. Alright, so his Q, obviously less damage, the bonus AD got nerfed, and of course the base damage got nerfed. But they had done something new, so if the target is isolated, it does this much damage. But remember, they did nerf the isolation range, and now it went from 350 units to like 500 units. So honestly, this seems like a really good 1v1 tool, and it actually does more damage. But in team fights, when the hell are you ever going to get isolated? You'll probably never be with that 500 range. And of course, it doesn't do that 6% missing range anymore, or damage anymore. This execution that was removed, it always worked on people even if they weren't isolated, so honestly that's a nerf. W now deals 20 bonus damage to monsters. I think since the Q got a nerf, W is your main thing to max out in the jungle, just because it'll give you faster clears, of course, and that's the reason why it's just faster clears. Plus you have more sustain, so that's kind of cool. So let's see, if target hit is a champion, grants out of their location for 2 seconds. Okay, that's cool. Utility, slow is increased. That's kind of cool. So, and then of course, look at this. R, the stealth damage reduction is removed, so no more damage reduction. But you still get the 2 seconds. So let's see, what would I evolve now? It'd probably be, it's either I'd evolve Q first and then, it's either Q or W. I think that's gonna be maybe Q. And then I'm going to evolve the Leap, and then I'm going to maybe get Void Spikes. Of course, you could maybe evolve the W's first, but I don't know. I'm not sure. And in terms of viability, I think Kha'Zix sucks dick right now. I don't think he's going to be used anymore. And he's more in lines of champions like Victor and all those shitty champs. Right, next up, we do have Pantheon. So now, Pantheon does now pop projectiles that are in flight towards him as he leaps off the screen. This means things like Victor's Q, if it's coming at him, it won't hit him anymore, thus no more damage. But honestly, this means nothing to me, because if you're ulting a way to escape, that means you shouldn't have been in that situation in the first place. So this really means nothing to me, and usually when you ult in, you're initiating a fight. And here's the next one. Pantheon is now untargetable from the moment he leaves the ground to the moment he lands. So I guess that means you can't put spells on him anymore. Like I remember Morgana's binding could hit him while he was descending onto the target, onto the location he was jumping onto. So now you can't do that anymore. And now I guess that's pretty good. That's a pretty cool buff, and I might put him in my tier list again, but probably not. Alright, so next up we do have Rengar. Let's see, let's look at this. So next attack after leap now correctly starts when Rengar lands rather than he's in midair. I don't think that really means much. It just says clarity, so I think that means for clarification. But yeah, I don't think that means anything. So this is the big one. The bonus damage from savagery and empowered savagery can no longer critical strike. The attack damage portion still can, So what I think this means is that the base damage coming from the Q and empowered savagery can no longer critical strike. I don't think that bonus damage can critical strike anymore. It's just the attack damage portion can, which means like there was always an 80 ratio on Rengar. It was like 120% for the little Q, and then the big Q has like 150% 80 ratio on it. So I think that portion still can crit, but I'm not sure. And this is a bug where empowered savagery's bonus damage could be triggered multiple times using Unseen Predator. Honestly, I've never seen this bug ever happen, or maybe it's happened to me but I never noticed it. So I guess this is a very situational case that it could happen, so I guess that's fine. I don't think it triggers a lot though. So Rumble did get a bug fix where Flamespreader was dealing less damage when Rumble was trying to set people on fire for extended periods of time. I've heard about this, and I guess you'd never notice it, but I've heard about it. I don't know if I noticed it though. And then it fixed the bug where Flamespitter dealt less damage when on purple team. What the fuck? Like, how does one ever get this bug in the first place? That makes like zero sense to me. And why? That's like so one-sided. Does that mean like blue team is better? I don't know how you could ever get this bug. It just makes no sense to me. But I mean, I think Rumble will be picked up more, to be honest. Because I heard this bug was happening a lot, the less damage. So hopefully you'll be seeing more Rumble these days. Alright, so last but not least, Soraka. If Starco hits an enemy champion, Astro's Blessings cooldown is reduced by 10%, or 11%, 12%, 13%, or 15%. This basically means for support Soraka, your Q at earlier levels can obviously get your W's cooldown a bit less, since the base the base reduction on it is, well, 10% instead of 5%. So this definitely helps support Soraka for sure. You can max out W first instead of maxing out Q to get the cooldown less. So honestly, I think it's decent, but I don't think she's viable as much since she's a better mid laner than she ever was a support. And anyways, the biggest change is the jungle change, which is really interesting to talk about. So jungle monsters no longer give additional experience based on their level to remain consistent with lane minion experience. Alright, so what does this mean to me? So the thing is, I think Udyr, Shyvana, and all those heavy farm junglers got a nerf, as they can't really get 1 or 2 levels ahead of every champion in the game. So that's all it means to me, is I think that's it. In higher elo, I think the theory was that junglers determine the game because they can snowball lanes easily. They pick a lane to snowball, and then, you know, that lane just gets out of control and everyone is all, you know, snowballing. So whoever the better jungler is better. And what does this mean? Well, for me, as a jungler, you want to group more in higher elo so you can get shit done. So I don't think I'll be farming the jungler as much. This could mean maybe a level less than what I was at mid game, so I'm not sure, but we'll have to see in the future if this actually really does an impact on junglers. Right now I don't think it does that much, but we'll have to see in the future. Anyways, thank you for watching my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave in the comments below saying you want me to do the next patch notes, and of course this will be an ongoing series if people like this kind of video. I know I did it before and I skipped a few patches, but I think I'm going to do these videos whenever a new patch does come out. So if you guys do enjoy these videos, please leave a comment below saying that you can't wait until the next patch notes, or something less cheesy. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.